Last Train Home by John Mayer is going to be played in standard tuning, and if you're unfamiliar with how John Mayer plays, you may find the chord structure somewhat non-conventional, but this is how he is playing it. At the time of me making this guitar lesson, there are already several guitar lessons already out there of how John Mayer plays this song on electric, but since the single version of this song was released, John Mayer has since put an acoustic version of himself playing this on the internet, and so I thought that I would touch on some of the things that he is doing in the acoustic version that is obviously meant to just be carried by one person playing an acoustic, which is what John Mayer was doing. So the opening riff is going to be an A chord to an E chord, and the way that he's making the A chord will be using ring, second, and first fingers. And really, there's thumb used as well, and I'll talk about a couple of alternate ways to use these chords, but first I'll discuss the way John Mayer is playing it. So ring finger on the 4-string 7th fret, second finger on the 3-string 6th fret, first finger on the 2-string 5th fret. You'll have an open 5-string, and you'll want to also have an open 1-string on the bottom. Now, a lot of times in this chord, John Mayer is reaching around with his thumb and grabbing the 6-string 5th fret. If you can't grab with your thumb, reaching around the neck of the guitar, just kind of go from the 5-string open down. But so that A chord will give way to an E chord. The way that you want to make the E chord is John Mayer shifts his ring finger, or slides his ring finger down 1 fret from the 4-string 7th fret to the 4-string 6th fret. Your first finger needs to drop down to the 3-string 4th fret, and your second finger will reconfigure up to the 2-string 5th fret. So that's his E chord. You want an open 5-string on bottom. Now what John Mayer is doing whenever he plays this on acoustic, from what I can tell, is that his ring finger is actually blocking, he's fretting in a way that he frets the 4-string, but then also mutes the 5-string. Notice how I can pluck that 4-string, but whenever I hit the 5-string, it's kind of dead and muted. He does this so that he can also hit the open 6-string and get that low 6-string in there. I am not effective enough at fretting and muting with one finger at the same time to pull that off. So what I do is kind of a workaround, is I make this shape that I just talked about, and then I reach with my pinky finger to grab the 5-string 7th fret so that I can have that E note right there on the 5-string, and then I can hit also the open 6-string to get that full-throated E chord there. If you don't want this extra chordy version with your pinky finger in here, you could just do what I'm showing you right here, but just strum from the 4-string down to the open 1-string, or maybe just hit the open 6-string and then come down to strum these chords. But you're getting, and then after each hit, John Mayer's basically just up, down, up, is a strumming pattern. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. So we've talked about the A to the E. Then it comes back to the A to the E, and then slides up to a B chord. The way this B chord will get made is the exact same way that I just talked about the A chord getting made, but it's going to be up 2 frets. So your ring finger is on the 4-string 9th fret, your second finger is on the 3-string 8th fret, your first finger is on the 2-string 7th fret, you'll have the open 1-string behind it, and again, if you aren't dexterous with your thumb, just strum from the 4-string down to the 1-string string here. But if you can, reach around and grab with your thumb, grab that bass note of the 6-string 7th fret, and let your thumb mute out the 5-string. So we've got A to the E, to the A, to the E, to the B, to the E, to the A. Then E, E, A. So that little hiccup note after the A, E, strum, strum, A, E, B, E, A, E, E, A. You're sliding back down into that E position right there and going up, up, and then down back into the A chord. So sometimes right there, that little hiccup chord, like it's very noticeable in the song, the chunk, chunk, hit. chunk, chunk hit. Sometimes it's this lower version of an E, but sometimes instead of dropping to the E, he instead raises back up to the B chord, and you get something that's like chunk, chunk hit, A, B, B, A, B, B, A, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. So up, up, down, 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 up. B, B, down, up, down, up, A, B, B, A, as opposed to E, E, A. So those are the chords of the verse that we've got moving right there. So to go through the verse again very quickly, and this is the intro verse, same thing. A, E, B, E, A, E, E, A, E, B, E, A, B, B, A. And then this is where lyrics come in. Now the next big change that happens here is whenever we get to the chorus will begin with that little pickup chunk note of E, E, A, and then it goes up to what will be a C sharp minor. Now the way that John Mayer makes this C sharp minor, again, very non-conventional, you will come out of this like F-shaped A chord that we've been playing, slide your ring finger up to the 4th string 11th fret, and then behind it you need to bar with your first finger the, what fret is that? The 9th fret of strings 3, 2, and 1. And again, if you're not dexterous with your thumb, just go 4 string to the 1 string. But if you can manage, what John Mayer is doing is he's reaching around the neck of his guitar and he's grabbing the 6th string 9th fret in this chord and letting his thumb mute out the 5 string while managing to bar with his ring and first fingers the remainder of that C sharp minor. So you've got the A to the C sharp minor, and then it goes to the E chord, to an A chord. Sometimes after this E chord, moving his way back up to the A chord, he'll walk up to it by going F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A. The way that F sharp minor chord gets voiced would be the exact same shape as our C sharp minor right here, but it would be a quick hit with your ring on the 4th string 4th fret and your first finger barring the 2nd fret of strings 3, 2, and 1. And then, so it would just be one hit there, slide the shape up 2 frets. So ring finger on the 4th string 6th fret, first finger barring the 4th fret of strings 3, 2, and 1, and then into our A chord. So again, the chorus, very slowly, A to the C sharp minor, to the E chord, with that quick walk up, F sharp, G sharp, A. You don't have to do that. You could just go from the E chord to the A chord. B, B, A to the C sharp minor. So this is the second time through the chorus. After the second, or in the second time through the chorus, after the C sharp minor, instead of going to the E chord the way that we did the first time, we'll drop down and actually play an F sharp minor. Now the way that John Mayer plays this F sharp minor is the way that I just showed you that F sharp minor. Ring finger on the 4th string 4th fret, first finger barring the 2 fret of strings 3, 2, and 1. If you're not good with your thumb, just go 4 string to 1 string here. But if you are good with your thumb, reach around and grab the 6th string 2 fret, because that's what John Mayer's doing. So there's your F sharp minor. The first time playing this, I think he just hits the F sharp minor, just lets it ring. But after the second chorus, he keeps strumming through this F sharp minor, and then it comes up to the A chord. So the very first chord that we talked about in the song comes up to the A chord and then slides back up to the B chord. And that's the end of the chorus, and then it goes back into, or maybe I guess that's the end of the pre-chorus, probably, is what I've been discussing this whole time, honestly. And then it goes back into that main riff of... And then lastly, the last thing to mention is after the outro, basically, whenever John Mayer played this acoustic, he walked down to an E chord by going A, E, F sharp minor, and then an E major chord, which is just the most traditional chord in the entire song, a standard E major chord. I may have said minor, I definitely meant major. An open 6 string, second finger on the 5 string 2 fret, ring finger on the 4 string 2 fret, first finger on the 3 string 1 fret, open 2 string, open 1 string. And that was at the end of the song. He went A, E, the E shape that we talked about earlier in the verses, E, F sharp, the F sharp that we talked about earlier, or F sharp minor that we talked about earlier, into the E major chord. And these are brand new strings. My guitar is going a little bit out of tune because they just haven't had time to stretch yet. But those are the chords and the movements to Last Train Home, the way that John Mayer plays it acoustic. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.